Had a lovely weekend. We enjoyed our anniversary on Saturday. Yesterday I was feeling a bit sore, but the entire house had no power from 12 till 10 at night. So yeah, but I was out and about doing things most of the day anyway. I was waiting to snipe the pizza donos, but then the donos broke. Then Alf or Crack said something about bad pizza, and I had to blow my cover. I appreciate that support, amigo. Thank you so much. I feel you, chef. It's just like finishing my first cup of coffee. Awesome. I hope you're having a great start to your Monday. Green buns. That means you get to get your veggies. Green equals healthy. Well, we're going to have some veggies on there. I'm going to do some nice little broccoli tops to go on there as well. Not in the bun, but you know. But I'm going to use some green gel coloring to get it that nice deep green. You could use spinach or something like that if you wanted to, but I haven't got any spinach, unfortunately. Happy anniversary for Saturday, chef. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate it, buddy. Despicable said he wanted a blue too. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Did I miss it? Yeah, sometimes chat's going a little bit crazy, but we'll get you on there. Okay, so blue. Who was the other person? Hold on, I need to look. Perishable. Would you like a cheeky, what do you call it? Red. L-E-S. Beautiful. And then cheeky red for perishable, right? You want green as well? Okay. Maybe I can't predict the future. But we're going for a green and blue day today. So P3 R-I-S-H-A-B. Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Chef can write. Ellie. Perfect. Alrighty. Thank you so much for the subs this morning, guys and gals. I really appreciate that support. You guys are lovely. We are one sub away from a cheeky bean, but you don't need to know about that. That's all good. Right. So I'm going to start getting the quince and the apples washed. So I need to wash these up. We're going to chop them. We're going to have a look inside them. We're going to peel them, then dice them, and we're going to pop them into a pan. So what we're going to do is kind of pretty much cook them down in some water. Just cooking them down for about, what? Oh, how much water do I need actually? About 700 or... I'm going to go for like a litre. I feel like a litre would be good. So we're basically pretty much going to cook them down until they're like super soft. And once they're like super soft, after about 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to mash them. Get them into like a nice little pulp. And then once we got all the pulp, we're actually going to push it through the muslin cloth. And then we're going to keep that liquid. We're going to add sugar to it, and then we're going to boil it, and then we're going to turn it to a jam, or a jelly, shall I say. More of a jelly than a jam, because it's a lot more thicker and it's going to set really quick. Like perishable foods with a 3. Yep. Hey, Festa Boy, what's up, buddy? An apple a day keeps the zombie away. Maybe. We'll see. Either peanut butter and jelly or ham and cheese today for my lunch. Awesome. I hope you're enjoying it, buddy. What's the difference between, like, jelly and jam? Well, the difference between jelly and jam... Where you come from, Mr. Fly? Difference between jelly and jam is jelly is clear. And obviously jam usually is cloudy, so you still got like the strawberries in it all diced up, but the jelly will be set more, whereas jam, I don't know, jam's not quite as set. It's thick, but it's not like bouncy wobble jelly. So so those are the two slight differences there, right there. Right, let me give these a wash. So you're gonna dress up for Halloween, chef. You'll have to wait and see, won't you? You'll have to come next week and have a goosey ganders and see what's going on, and oof. And we've got some exciting things going on next month. And I still haven't forgotten about that news. And so far, from what I've heard, the news is going forward from my meeting. Remember that week I had my meeting? Well, it's looking very good. So I should be able to tell you very shortly. So fingers crossed. So it'll go forward and we'll get something out of it. But yeah, very, very happy with so far what's going on. And then next month we got Thanksgiving. I've also got a dinner party to cook for as well. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll see. So we're going to be doing that as well. So it will be on a Friday, right? So we're not going to be doing... It's not this Friday. I don't know when it is. I'll give you guys more information when the time gets closer. But I got to prep for it. So it will be on a Friday at some point. So I won't do recipes or anything on that day, so I'll probably skip it. It'll just be a prep kind of day. And then I've got to go over the house and do the lovely meal. But I still need to confirm that yet, so we'll see. But yeah, some exciting things definitely happening, which helps the stream a hell of a lot as well. So, here's our quinces. Let's grab our apples. We'll grab our board and we're going to start chopping and dicing and slicing. So I'm going to peel them and then dice them. Chopping board right behind me. Where's my mat? Oh, it's there. Whew. So, perfect. Peeler. And then we need my knife as well. So I'm going to peel these down very nicely. Is that squashy looking yellow apple or is that quinces you said? Yeah, these are quinces. This is on a little bit on the soft side. You might think, oh, chef, it's nasty. Actually, it's pretty good for jams and jellies when they're like this. So, same with like strawberries or anything like that. The more riper, the better. So, happy days. Let's give this a nice little dice down. Oh, a peel down, shall we say. And then we're going to give it a dice. If they go a little bit brown, that's fine. Because they're going to turn orange anyway, so it's not really going to take too much about the oxidization. I'm not really fussed about that, so I'm just going to peel through these very nicely. Chef, I'm confused, Chef. What will you do with them? This is going to be a apple and quince jelly, which is something on the side, not what we're doing today. But because it takes a lot of weight in and a lot of things going for like because of the sloppy joes, we're going to take a lot of time to accumulate the flavor, especially the bread dough as well. We're going to wait for it to prove. I need to do something else. So I'm actually making for the family some apple and quince jelly. So that's what I'm doing. This is something extra, so it's not planned. Donkerson. Chef, seems he's making jam, I think. Yeah, well, jelly. Going to take it a little step further, jelly. Because we're going to pass it. If I was making jam, I wouldn't pass it, right? So it's going to be jelly. Oh, there it is. There's our fifth. Taiko with the 32 months. Holy moly.
Ignore this message.
Why? What do you mean ignore this message? I can't ignore 32 months of crazy support. Goodness me. Thank you so much for the support, Taiko. How you doing, buddy? It's so lovely to see you, buddy. Hope things are well. It's good to see you. Okay, I thought this was going in the... No. This has nothing to do with the Sloppy Joes, Donkerson. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is just a side thing I'm doing. So just so you don't get too confused. Hope it all makes sense now. I mean, apple zombie goes around, sounds bad at all, but like mango chutney, yeah, I mean, you could, but yeah, I'm not using the apples for the Sloppy Joes today. This is something else, okay? Which I'm just starting off first because we need to let it kind of cook down for quite a while. Then we need to pass it, and then we need to let it cook for a lot longer. Then we're going to let it set. We've got to let it pass. So now usually you've got to let it pass for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm hoping it's just going to pass all within an hour. So, because I'm making a small batch, it shouldn't be too bad. But if you were making like quite a considerable amount, I would probably say then, yeah, you're going to need to wait a good few hours for it to pass through. So I'm hoping it should be good. We'll see. Slapple Joes, no. Nothing to do with the zombie slappy Sloppy Joe, sorry. There we go. We'll come to that in a second, so I'm just getting this done first very, very quickly, if that's okay with you, amigos. Right. So, with quince, as I said before, because they have such a high pectin content, they're really great for like setting jellies. I mean, apples have got quite a high content, but quince has got a hell of a lot more. So, you know, if you've ever had quince jelly before, or you've never tried it, it's fantastic. It goes very, very well if you're a cheese lover or a cheese eater. Cheese and biscuits and quince jelly actually goes very, very well. But we're making quince and apple jelly today, so a little different. Right, so there's the first one. This one might be a little bit sloppy to peel. That's fine if it's a little bit brown on the inside, as long as it's not rotten, which is just brown. It's just a bit soft. Might take the middle out. It looks a little bit on the rotten side, but that's okay. We can work when we chop it up. Behind you. Sorry. Well, you ever had like a pesto pizza? I've had pesto and I've had pizza, and I can only imagine that. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty sure I have had some kind of taste before. I think I've actually made a pesto kind of flatbread pizza before, so I would say yes. Right. One bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch because you have a fine peeler. Exactly, and the thing is, when it becomes like bad like this, right? as long as they're not like rotten like that. But the brown is actually really good for making the jelly and the jams and stuff like that. Right, so let's get rid of these peelings. Tycho, what color do you want to go on the board, amigo? Thank you so much for the 32 months. Gordon Bennett, dude, that's a long time. Such a big support. I appreciate that, man. I hope college is going okay. I hope things are well, buddy. Hope things are well. It's getting a lot chilly over here as well. It was very cold last night. It's going to get colder this week, so... but yeah, very, very nice. I had my first pizza with pesto instead of classic pizza sauce today, and was pretty impressed, actually. Yeah, it's very nice. You can try all sorts of different types of sauces and things to go on pizza. You know, you can even do Alfredo sauce if you really wanted to, or anything like that. So, it's not that bad in the middle. It's just this top bit here. So, just going to take that off so that manky bit can go. I can use the rest now. So, just going to dice this up very nicely. Going to cut it close to the core. I don't want to use the core, but I want to make sure I can get most out of this as best as possible. Yeah, I'll have that little manky bit as well. Bring it on. So there we go. So it wasn't that bad. I thought it would have been rotten inside, but it's not. It's okay. So that's perfect, and that's going to be good for the jelly anyway. So right, so let's dice this up. We're going to need a cheeky pan as well, a large one. Oh, I forgot to peel this one. What's going on? There we go. I'll do that in a second. As I'm chopping now. I missed that one. Write my name with water from the sink. I'll put you on as a cheeky blue if that's alright then. Do you want a cheeky blue, Tycho? Where are we at now? One lonely little apple. Actually, that's a quince, not an apple. It's a quince, so we're doing apple and quince. Hey chef, what are you cooking? Hey, we're doing zombie sloppy joes. This has nothing to do with my sloppy joes though for today. I'm also making quince and apple jelly as a side thing. So that's what I'm currently doing now, and then we're going to start the sloppy joes once this is on the stove and ready to go. So I'm just doing a little bit of extra stuff today. But yeah, we're doing the sloppy joes. I'm going to make the dough. I'm going to get the mix for the sloppy joes on the go. I'm also going to put a little bit of cheeky cheese in there. Lots of lovely spices. I'm going to do some broccoli. I feel like I need some veggies, especially after the weekend. So we're going to have some broccoli instead of potatoes or baked chips or anything like that. So I'm just going to do some nice little broccoli and maybe some peas if I got some peas. Possibly some sweet corn I can pull out the freezer. So yeah. Right, so this is quince. If you never used the quince before, very delightful, very delicious, very high pectin content. So, excuse me. So making like jellies is actually pretty good for quince because of the high pectin. Right, so let's dice this down very nicely. So that's all going in. And don't worry if a bit of core goes in there, because it's going to get mashed down, right? And it's going to get passed through the muslin cloth anyway, so it's not going to go into the liquid. Oh, never tried that before. There you go, something new for you to try. They've got quince trees, or was it bushes? I can't remember. And they got an apple orchard down there. So we made some hard apple cider and normal apple cider as well. Yesterday, so we were pressing the apples. We were checking if they were rotten inside, making sure they were clean, nice and tidy. So yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed yesterday. So, but yeah, I didn't have a chance to play any more WoW yesterday because my power was out the entire day. So there you go, doing something else, more productive, right? More productive. How cruel to name your fruit before you chop it up. Yeah, sorry, Fred got chopped. I had to search that quince, and we call it membrillo. Okay, what country are you from, my friend? Just so I'm like kind of learning. Chef, have you noticed like any difference in meat quality when you came over from the UK? I feel like the availability for better quality meats is more at hand compared to, like, don't get me wrong, there's some good quality meats in the UK, but if you comparison US supermarkets to UK supermarkets, honestly, I feel like the US supermarkets are far better. Now, as of quality of meat, you can definitely get more availability. But in the UK, they've got some really good farmers markets and things like that where you can get some good quality meat, or you can buy them off the farmers. So I'm not saying that there isn't good quality meat in the UK. I'm just saying their supermarkets are crap compared to the US supermarkets. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay. It's okay. I haven't even played like 2 days. I hit 60 and decided I needed a break so I don't burn out. I was going to say, Red, you got there pretty quick, dude. So that's understandable. And I really just wanted to do a few raids yesterday and stuff like that, but in the end, I just couldn't basically. So, but I had a more productive day yesterday, so I can catch up in the week. So it's all good. But I hope things are well with you, dude, and it's good to see you, man. I appreciate you being here. Zulu, take care, buddy. Much loves. Good morning, Chef. Morning, Rocky. What's up, buddy? How was your weekend, man? We have like a farmer's market you sub to, and they ship you produce all year long. You actually get a good variety. Yeah, it's really good if you can get hold of those ones. My mum, she's with a local organic farmer where she is in South Wales, and it's great. She, not the entire year, because when the veggies are growing, then they can harvest them, but there is a part of the year where the land and the crops actually needs to rest. So part of the year she won't get it, so she'll have to manage with whatever she can get her hands on. But the rest of the year she has like a variety of different stuff and stuff that's in season. So she does a lot of seasonal cooking, which is really good as well. So yeah, she always tells me what she's been up to and stuff. So it's really good if you can get hold of those ones, having stuff that's in season, right? What are those CGR points to the bottom left? So we got points on the channels now. So I've changed the amount of points because I felt like if it was too low, right? You just have everything within a week and it'll be like, oh my god, okay, that was a waste of time. So for like people who are dedicated in supporting the channel and our viewers, you will gain points. And even for the people who can't sub, they can eventually unlock random emotes, or they can unlock specific emotes. So people who are here a long time but they can't sub, I think that's a really cool way of supporting my viewers with the point system. If you get enough, you can request to time somebody out. I mean, if you're subbed and you got all the stuff, you haven't got anything to spend. And it's just a laugh if you want to time somebody out for 10 minutes. But, you know, nothing vicious. We have a farmer's market. Sorry, already read that one. Sorry, my bad. First time in the week I've been awake in time for your stream. I appreciate it, Eric. I hope things are well, buddy. Really, and it's lovely to see you, man. I appreciate your time. Yeah, crop rotation. The area where I live is nothing but farms. Mostly corn and chicken houses. Oh, fantastic. Hey, Kruger, what's up, buddy? It's so lovely to see you. What have you been up to, man? Right, so let's dice this up. Watch your fingers. So, popping the rest of that quince in there. We've got a fair bit of quince and apples here, so this is good. This is a good amount. I wasn't too sure if it was going to be enough, but yeah, it's plenty. Plenty for what I want to do. Right, so let's finish these apples off. And when you're cutting quince, you'll actually find a different kind of texture compared to apples. Apples are a lot more soft, whereas the quince is quite kind of coarse, and it's a lot more hard to kind of chop. So don't think, oh my god, my quince is really bad. That's how they're supposed to be. Right, so let's dice this up. Beautiful. Watch your fingers. And then we're going to start on the sloppy joes next. So just going to top this up with water. And we're just going to let that cook down until it's all like super soft, about an hour or two. And then we're going to basically mush it up, pass it, and then we're going to add the sugar, and then we're going to make the jelly pretty much. So it's pretty straightforward, nothing too complex. If you think, oh chef, this feels very kind of complex, it's not. It's very simple. Chef, you're also positive. It's hard to picture you like peed off or angry. Just an observation. I appreciate it, buddy. I would say I haven't been in the best of moods over the last I would say over the last couple of weeks or months, because my internet hasn't been the greatest. It seems to be a little more stable today, so we'll see what the day brings. So I've been fighting with my internet service provider to get it fixed. So I haven't heard from them, so I'm going to phone them back later today and see what's going on, so I can get an update and anything. Yeah, and just find out what's going on. Your internet made me very salty. It did make me very salty. It made me very upset, but I'm trying to push through it and just trying to just keep a positive mind. Hopefully today, it seems to be a bit more stable, I'm hoping. If anyone has any issues or buffering, please feel free to take screenshots and send them to me, because they'll go straight to my service provider. So your complaints will be heard. So if you've got any issues with buffering, anything like that, or bad picture quality, just take a screenshot, send it to me on Discord. I appreciate that. Yeah, I remember a few days ago you were having problems, but it seems good today. Yeah, it seems okay. Fingers crossed. We'll see. We'll see. Touch wood, right? But yeah, I'm trying to not let my mood drop. Trying to stay happy and positive as I always am. You know, we're just going to get back to consistency and just keep pushing on. Just keep pushing on with things. So yeah, I'm doing really good. Thank you for the kind comments. That's very nice. And I always like to think I'm a very happy, positive person, and you know, always looking on the bright side of things. And if somebody's having a bad day, maybe I can cheer them up. I just like helping people. That's my love and passion. I love cooking. I love food. But you know, helping people as well, learning to cook's great. But helping people, whatever I can do, you know. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna pop this onto the stove. I'll just top this up with water. We're gonna pop this onto a medium-high. So we want that to kind of boil, not too fiercely. You just want to kind of let it simmer. So I've put this on a 6 or a 7. If I need to turn it down, that's fine. So I'm going to let that do its magic. We're not going to add any like acidity in there to stop the oxidization. It will go brown. That's fine. That's how I want the jelly anyway. It's going to be like a reddish, brownish color anyway. So that's fine. We don't need to worry about kind of oxidization today with that. If you can do, I suppose, it might change the taste a little bit. You might have more acidity in there, but quince jelly always comes out brown anyway, brownish reddish. So I've never seen it any other color. So be interesting to change that if you really wanted to. You could use like different dyes and stuff. Meow.
Fish finger sandwich. This going to have a homemade tartar with it?
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. Pretty much the same as last time. I know, Thrice, you wasn't here when we had this up the other week, because I know you're new here, and thank you so much for all your support, buddy. But yes, I'll go through the two dishes, what will be done. So homemade fish and chips, right? So I'll do a homemade batter with using cod, homemade chips, tartar sauce, and I'll do some mushy minted peas. Now for the fish finger sandwich, slightly different. I'm going to do the fish finger with using the cod, cutting them into fingers, make homemade bread, we'll make homemade tartar sauce. I was going to do some dill pickles in there, something else, and I've forgotten. And I think some homemade fries to go on the side as well. So a little different. So I would say American version of fish and chips, right? And then the British, right? But yes, thank you so much for the 100 biddies, Price. It's so lovely to see you.
Hey, Chef and
back.
Chat Rock and 9 love.
Hey, Shelbs, how's it going? Thank you so much for the 22 months. Goodness me, look at that dedication and support. I really appreciate it. How are you doing today, my friend? How's things? So we're down to... We've done 5 subs. I need to do a bean, so we need to have a little mix. We got 4 subs to go now to the next bean, so not too bad. Thank you so much for the love and support. Fish and chip sandwich? Yeah, pretty much. It's not going to be